Today's medical system treats patients like products, not us. Conway Regional brings together key service lines, providers, and technologies to create a unique patient experience that is highly intentional and refreshingly personal. With a hospital in the heart of Conway, a trusted ER, women's services, all from a team that delivers more than medicine. This is not mass-produced healthcare. This is your healthcare. Conway Regional. Curated care.
Well, the live stream is back up and running. That's one piece of good news. The second piece of good news is the Yellow Jackets with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Wyatt Dunn just got an infield single, and the Jackets now lead 8-6 as Rylan Jones came in to score. And Colton Warren is the hitter, and he hits one fair into left field. 1 run's going to score. That's Zach Hunt. Here comes Hayden Jones. He scores. And the Jackets get 2 2-out hits to lead 10-6. Good piece of hitting by Colton Warren, the left-handed hitter, shot it into left field. 2 RBIs for Colton. Zach Hunt scored. Wyatt Dunn scored. Now check that. Wyatt's still at second. Hayden Jones scored. There it is. And ball in the dirt, gets away, in the third pitcher of the game for Atkins is Cole Crawford. Remington Kaufman, Sam Bartlett, and now Cole Crawford, pitchers today for Atkins. Colson Clute, the hitter, and for the second time today, the Yellow Jackets have sent 9 hitters to the plate. The Jackets just keep battling back today. They are so relentless. And here's the pitch. And a tapper up the middle. Might get into center field, and it does. Here comes Dunn. He'll score. 3 2-out hits in a row for the Yellow Jackets. Clute now 2 for 3 on the day, including a walk. RBI for Colson. And the Jackets now lead 11-6. Dunn scored. Colton Warren stops at second. And Luke Westfall, who started the inning with a double, is back up. And my scorebook is a mess now after all this. Runners at first and second. 2 outs. If you were watching the game, it's back on live stream again. If you switched over to radio, we're on live stream. We're back on. Thanks, Keith, for holding the commercials back there for us. Give me time to get it back up and running. Westfall trying to get 2 hits in the inning. He's 2 for 3 on the day, 2 doubles. Westfall, the DH. Count now 2-1. This would be a nice win for the Jackets if they can close it out. Pitch is high for a ball. Now it's 3-1. Jackets batted around the 4th. Sent 5 hitters to the plate in the 5th. And this is the 10th hitter here in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. High, back almost at the screen. Catcher Goodall made a nice play to keep that from going to the screen. I think the scoreboard operator had the ball strike count messed up. That was ball 4 on Westfall, so he's been on twice in this inning, 3 times in the ball game, and the bases are loaded again. The Jackets have had 3 2-out hits in the inning, and those are big. Those are big momentum swings when you get those 2-out hits. And that'll bring in Noah Calhoun. Noah looking for his first hit of the day. He does have a walk. Trying to add to an 11-6 Clinton lead. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. Warren at third. Clute at second. Westfall over at first. Here's the pitch. And strike at the knees. Game now 2 hours and 22 minutes old. Here's the pitch. And a hot shot in the hole into left field. 2 runs are going to score. Here comes Warren. Here comes Clute on another 2-out hit for the Yellow Jackets as Calhoun tomahawked that one through the hole into left field. And the Jackets keep on pounding the ball. Warren and Clute score. 7 runs in the inning. Jackets leading 13-6. Rabone, the hitter. The 12th hitter of the inning for the Yellow Jackets. And pitches high for a ball. Four hits the inning for the Jackets. They've had a walk, an intentional walk. Check that, 2 walks to go along with an intentional walk. And 1 hit by pitch. Rabone takes a ball. Now it's 2-0. Atkins pitchers, well, specifically Remington Kaufman, breezed through the first 3 innings. Jackets had no runs on 1 hit. But since then, a 4-run 4th, a 2-run 5th, and now a 7-run 6th inning. And the hits keep on coming. 3-0 on Rabone, and Rylan Jones is on deck. Crawford to the plate, and that one's straight back to the screen. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded again. Westfall to third, Calhoun to second, Rabone at first with a walk, and Rylan Jones is coming up, and let's see if he's going to face a different pitcher. Harrelson goes to the mound, and they are making a pitching change. And we'll take a break. You listen to Yellow Jacket Baseball on the Trip 94.7.
Clay, I always ask, how's the car business?
Well, the car business has been like other things. It's been tough lately, and we've had to make some real hard adjustments. We've had to look at our interior costs and make sure that we're doing the things that are the most effective for our business to be the best service for our customers. We even are lowering prices in some cases, where in most industries they've tried to raise prices to keep up with the inflation. We've tried to lower ours to be more attractive to our customers and just be an overall help to the community.
Your hometown dealer, Clay Maxey Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Clinton.
At Ozark Health in Clinton, Arkansas, we're more than a hospital. We're neighbors helping neighbors. Here you'll find the close-knit feel of a small town, with the dedication and resources to deliver exceptional care. If you're looking for a place where your work truly matters, join us. Ozark Health is hiring, and we'd love to meet you. Apply today at ozarkhealth.net. We're more than a hospital. We're neighbors helping neighbors.
The 4th pitcher of the day for Atkins will be Ethan Lindboom, the second baseman. And he's done a good job at second, and he's also done a good job at the plate. He's 2 for 2, and he's been hit by a pitch. And now he's the 4th pitcher of the day. The Yellow Jackets lead 13-6. I got the bases loaded and 2 outs. This will be the 13th hitter of the inning for the Yellow Jackets. It'll be Rylan Jones, and And Rylan Jones can end this one for all practical purposes with a big hit. He's 0 for 3. Hit the ball well. Twice to the right fielder, once to the center fielder, once to the deepest part of the park that they ran down. And then earlier in this inning, with a couple on, they decided to walk him intentionally. And after that, Zach Hunt Gonzalez got hit by a pitch to load the bases. And then Hayden Jones walked. White Dunn singled. Colton Warren singled. Colson Clute singled. Luke Westfall walked. Noah Calhoun singled. And Ray Bone has singled. So the Yellow Jackets took advantage of that intentional walk. Came into the inning, the game tied at 6-6. They now lead 13-6. 7 runs in the inning. Right now, 7 runs on 5 hits. 1, 2, 3. 3 walks. And a hit by pitch. All right, we're ready to go. Rylan Jones at the plate. No place to put him. The bases are loaded. Lindboom on the mound. Here's the pitch, and he shoots one in the left field. That's down. 2 runs are going to score. Here comes Westfall, and here comes the courtesy runner for the Yellow Jackets, and now Atkins throws it away, and Rylan Jones is going to circle the bases. Zach Hunt Ray Bone scores. And Rylan Jones scores. It was a base hit to left field. 2 runs scored for the Yellow Jackets. And then on the throw back to the infield, got away as they threw it across the diamond, trying to throw it behind Rylan Jones. And it went down into the right field corner. And Jones circled the bases scoring. And the Jackets now lead 17-6. A 11-run 6th inning for the Yellow Jackets. And Noah Wally, by the way, was the courtesy runner for the Yellow Jackets. So Wally scored one of the 4 runs right there. So you're going to give Rylan Jones a base hit, 2 RBIs, as Wally running for Calhoun scores. Westfall scored, and then Ray Bone and Jones scored on the throwing error. Jackets up 17-6. Now the right fielder, Crawford, ran over into foul territory in right field to back up that wild throw to first, and he slipped. And he's going to come out of the ball game as he's limping pretty good as he was slipped down there in right field. Got up slowly. And he's going to leave the ball game. What an inning by the Yellow Jackets. You know, at one time the Jackets trailed 3-0 and only had 1 hit through 3 innings. Since then, the Jackets have outscored them 17-3 and lead 17-6. Zach Hunt, the hitter. The 14th hitter of the inning for the Yellow Jackets, and he shows bunt and takes a strike. Glad you could join us. We're back on live stream in case you switched over to radio when we went off the air, but we're back up and running. It's pretty dark, though. I'm not sure the picture's fairly dark. As now the sun has gone down. And we're kind of in that part where the lights haven't fully taken over yet. It's kind of at dusk. This is a good win for the Yellow Jackets after 2 tough losses to Pulaski Academy on Tuesday. These Yellow Jackets bounce right back. It's a lot of resilience in these kids. And foul ball by Zach. Fly ball, right field, and it's going to drop for a hit. Zach Hunt Gonzalez, he says, I'm going to get 2 out of this one, and he gets a stand-up double. And again, Atkins playing their right fielder way off the line. And for the second time today, the Yellow Jackets hit one right down the right field line. First time it was Rabone. This time it's, or maybe White Dunn earlier. And this time it's Zach Hunt. And another hit for the Jackets. He's at second with 2 outs. And the hit parade continues. Hayden Jones is the hitter. Six hits in the inning now for Clinton. Here's the pitch. Hayden Jones is up. And Hayden walked earlier in this inning, came around to score. In fact, the bases were loaded, and he forced in a run, got an RBI. Time called. And now we're ready. Lindboom on the hill. Right-handed pitcher. Hayden Jones, the hitter. And he'll step off. Now we have a ball hit from the Little League field. Landed out in left field of this park. So they call time, retrieve the ball, and throw it out of play. Hayden Jones steps back in. Trying to add to a 17-6 Clinton lead. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. Now 2-0. Been a long inning. Jones trying to keep the inning going. Here's the pitch. Takes a strike. Now 2-1. And a swing and a miss. Count now even 2-2. Last time I heard the Lady Jackets, the game was tied in the bottom of the 7th down the road in Russellville. And here's the pitch, and ground ball right at the shortstop. He boots it, picks it, throws it, and safe at first. And runner from Zach Hunt's going to score. The ball got away from the first baseman, but it hit Hayden Jones and stayed right there. But Zach Hunt did not stop running. Coach McKnight gave him the green light to head home, and he did. And the Jackets now lead 18-6 as Hayden Jones reaches on an error. Shortstop, right at the shortstop, but he booted it, picked it up, and made a wide throw. The 16th batter of the inning is Wyatt Dunn. Wyatt's had a big day. Here's the pitch, and ground ball to third. Third baseman fields it. That's Cunningham. His throw to first is in time for the out. But what an inning for the Yellow Jackets. Jackets pick up 12 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. 12 runs on 7 hits. They leave 1. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The Jackets now have a commanding 18-6 lead here at Atkins. You're listening to Yellow Jacket Baseball on the Trip, 94.7.
Steve Good at Goods Cash Savers says you can learn a lot about life by playing sports. You may never be the biggest or the fastest, but you can always try to be the very best and give 100%. And that's what they do every day at Goods Cash Saver. Even though they don't have the biggest building, they try to have every item that you might need in groceries. They also overachieve every day in their meat department. So when you're looking for a place to shop, give Goods Cash Saver a try. A supermarket that cares about you and your community and says, go Yellow Jackets.
Times are changing, and so are the expectations of your internet provider. Introducing Petit Jean Fiber. Powered by your Petit Jean Electric Cooperative, Petit Jean Fiber offers the fastest internet speeds with the highest quality service in the Ozarks. Petit Jean Fiber will transform the way you live, work, and play online. All with no contracts or sudden price increases. Call us today at 501-745-2493 to see if service is available in your area.
Well, the big inning for the Jackets, 12 runs in that sixth inning. They now lead 18-6. We went into the inning tied 6-6. We come out of it leading 18-6. You know, Atkins got to have 3 runs here to keep the game going. So this Jackets could end the game right here in the sixth inning. Noah Calhoun back to the mound for his second inning of work. Want to mention this sixth inning brought to you by Western Sizzling of Clinton, located at Highway 65 South in Clinton. You know where it's at. It's a tradition in Clinton. Western Sizzling, a great food bar, the best salad bar in town. And they will cook a meal up to order for you, or you can order it right off the menu. Great wait staff there. And Scotty and Carla Jones, they're here today. Their son Rylan Jones had a big hit in that sixth inning, a 2-run double. But Western Sizzling have always been a great supporter of Yellow Jacket Athletics, and from pregame meals they've provided over the years. So I want to thank them for their support of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Stop by, have your pregame meal before your next Yellow Jacket game, or be your postgame meal. Stop by once the game's over. Well, Atkins not going to go down quietly as they open the sixth inning with a single. That was Isaac Sims, the 9th place hitter. And now back to the top of the order, and Ethan Lindboom. Here's the pitch from Calhoun. It is a strike. He jumps ahead. Atkins on the day. They got those 6 runs on 6 hits. Clinton now 18 runs on 16 hits. And a pop fly right field. Right fielder having to come in, and does he make the play? Yes, he does. That's Rabone out in the right field. He had to come a long ways to make the catch. Made the catch and then dropped the ball, but it was when he was transferring the ball from the glove to his hand, which is legal. And so a good running catch by Carson out in the right field, and that's the first out of the sixth inning. And that's the first time today that Lindboom has been retired. And that brings in Cohen Cedar, the number 2 hitter in the lineup. Calhoun throws to first. Sims gets back easily. Jackets 2 outs away from a win. Atkins needs 3 runs to keep the game going. Curveball, strike called. As Konsinger was frozen, couldn't pull the trigger. Calhoun jumps ahead in the count. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside. Now even 1-1. Jackets finish this one off. This will be a good victory after that loss on Tuesday. They bounce right back, get back to work. They lost to a really good team in Pulaski Academy, one of the top teams in the state. Didn't hang their heads and went back to work. That pitch is just high for a ball. Now 2-1. And I think we may have lost the live stream again. No, it's on. It's just so dark. Can't hardly see. And base hit center field for Cohensinger. And now there's 2 on and 1 out. Mason Vick, the hitter. Mason 0 for 3 today. He did reach base on a fielder's choice in the third. And the Jackets would like this game to end right here in the sixth. We've already played 2 hours and 40 minutes. Calhoun checks the runner. Now comes to the plate, and a curveball hit toward the hole and into left field. That's going to load the bases. And he just barely got that off the end of the bat, but hit it in the perfect spot. 3 hits in the inning. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. Cooper Goodall, the hitter. Cooper 1 for 2 today. Singled and scored in the third. Also walked and scored in the fifth. Jackets just looking for outs here. Here's the pitch. Curveball. It's for a strike at the letters. Jackets not holding the runners on. They're playing deep, just playing for. At this point, you're just playing for outs. You got enough runs to win. You'll give them a run for an out. Strike 2 call on the fastball, and if you're Atkins, you're down to your last 5 outs. Oh, 2 count. Calhoun would love a strikeout right here. Pitching from the stretch to the plate, and a tapper up the middle, and fielded at second, and the Jackets boot it, and everybody's safe. Just a bouncer up the middle. I think it may be Gabe Henry now playing second. That is Gabe, and just off the heel of his glove. The ball was hit right on the base. If he could have held on to it, he could have stepped on the base for a force out. Now it's 18-7. As Sims scores. And Bartlett's the hitter. Here's the pitch. Takes the ball. Kornsinger over to third. Vick to second. And Goodall at first. Jackets could use a double play ball here. And here's the pitch. And a strike at the knees. Count even 1-1. We're in the sixth, a game that was close all day. The Jackets have blown it open with that 12-run sixth inning. They lead 18-7. Pitch to the plate, curveball outside, now 2-1. Calhoun in relief of Keegan Rose. Here's the pitch, and fastball high, no place to put him, count now 3-1. Well, not sure if the umpire called that a strike. Now it's 2-2. All right. We'll take it, but got to be honest, look a little high to me. Count 2-2. Bartlett gets back in there. Umpire maybe wanting to head home here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. And a curveball outside. The count is now full, 3-2. And no place to put Bartlett. The bases are loaded. And the pitch to the plate is ball 4. And that one looked pretty close, but after that pitch that he missed on, he wasn't going to give him anything. And that forces in a run. Coin Cedar scores, and now it's 18-8. So if Atkins gets one more run, we're going to play a 7th inning. And the hitter is Tanner Hegman, who has doubled. And is 1 for 3 on the day. He also had a sacrifice fly. And the pitch from Calhoun is high for a ball. We're in total darkness now as far as the sky. Lights have taken effect. Here's the pitch, curveball for just outside. Now 2-0. Lady Yellow Jackets lose a heartbreaker today. They tied the game in the 7th, 9-9, but lost the game in the 8th inning, 10-9 down the road against Class 5A Russellville. Pitches a ball to Hegman. Now it's 3-0. And Calhoun to the plate. And a strike call. Now 3-1. See if he can battle back here. Thanks, Jamie Williams, for keeping us updated on the softball scores. I think a big day for her and maybe Sarah Hutchins tomorrow. It's cheerleader tryout day at Clinton High School. And a pop fly on the infield. That should be the infield fly rule. And it's caught by Clute at first. And now there's 2 outs as Calhoun battles back from a 3-0 count to get Hegman. And the game comes down to right here. It's 18-8. And the hitter is Cole Crawford. I think they may have a pinch hitter, though, now for Crawford. It's going to be Noah Grant. Noah Grant, the pitch hitter for Crawford. We saw Crawford limp off the field injured in that top of the 6th inning. So Noah Grant is the hitter. And also Xander Parks comes over to second as a courtesy runner. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And ball 1. 18-8. If the Jackets get out here, the game's over. If Atkins scores, we're going to the 7th. Calhoun checks the runner at third and now comes to the plate. And ball 2. Calhoun went 3-0 on Hegman, came back and got him. It's 2-0 now on Grant. Throw to first, tried to pick him off. Heads up play over there by Bartlett to stay awake and not get picked off. A lot of times these back end runners think they're safe. You're always going to try to pick off the lead runner, but the Jackets have done it a couple times this year, trying to pick off that back end runner. And swinging, Grant fouls it back. Count now 2-1. Calhoun to the plate. And strike called. Now the count is 2-2, and the Atkins down to their last strike. Now the runner breaks from third, throw to the plate, and he is out. But now they're going to say that the umpire had called time. And now they're going to say it's a balk. The runner broke from third. Calhoun ran toward the plate. The umpire is going to say that he balked. And he was out of the plate, but he's going to be awarded home because of the balk. And the game now is 18-9. It's going to go on. Coach McKnight on the field trying to get an explanation. If Calhoun was off the rubber or stepped back, he was okay to run to home plate. I think the umpire said he's saying he was on the rubber. And run's going to score on a balk. There goes the Yellow Jackets' 10-run lead. Vick scores on the balk. Goodall to second. And Bartlett second, Xander to third. There's a ground ball to second, and the Jackets boot that one. And 2 more runs score for Atkins, and now it's starting to get interesting again. As Cole Crawford reaches on an error by the second baseman. Goodall scores. Bartlett scores, or check that, Xander Park scored, then Bartlett. And the hitter ends up at first. And now the score is 18-11. And the 9th hitter of the inning comes to bat for Atkins. And that'll be Landon Cunningham, who's 0 for 3 on the day. We'll have another runner at first. Jackets were one strike away from the game ending at 18-8. Now it's 18-11. Throw to first, nothing doing there. The balk kept the game alive, and then now an error allows 2 more runs to score. And the first pitch is fouled back. And this is going to be a 3-hour-plus game before it's over. Here's the pitch, and it's a ball. At least the temperature is pretty mild. That day at Quitman, when it was 37 degrees, you would not want a 3-hour game. And here's the pitch, and fouled into the Clinton dugout. Heads up over there, boys. And that one went into the dugout. And it counts now 2-2. Here's the pitch. And pop fly foul. This one behind the Clinton dugout. Long afternoon of baseball, but if the Jackets get the win, it'll be worth it. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Cunningham goes down for the 3rd time today on strikes. But 9 hitters went to the plate for Atkins, and they pick up 5 runs in the inning on 3 hits. And they leave a couple. As we head to the 7th, it's Clinton 18, Atkins 11. Listen to Yellow Jacket Baseball on the Trip, 94.7.
At Ozark Health in Clinton, Arkansas, we're more than a hospital. We're neighbors helping neighbors. Here you'll find the close-knit feel of a small town with the dedication and resources to deliver exceptional care. If you're looking for a place where your work truly matters, join us. Ozark Health is hiring, and we'd love to meet you. Apply today at ozarkhealth.net. We're more than a hospital. We're neighbors helping neighbors.
F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. F.L. Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. F.L. Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
A broadcast service of King & Company Radio Incorporated. We're 94.7, 234 BB, and 97.3 KTFL, 1110 AM. Clinton.
Well, if you tuned in early, you never would have guessed this score. Clinton leads 18-11, but Atkins got a run in the first and 2 in the third. And Clinton only had 1 hit through 3 innings. The Jackets trailed 3-0. Going into the 4th, the Jackets got 4 to take the lead for the first time today, 4-3, but Atkins came right back, got 2 more in the bottom half, and we took the lead 5-4, but the Jackets wouldn't quit. They got 2 in the 5th, made it 6-5. Atkins picked up 1 in the bottom of the 5th to tie the game at 6, but then the Jackets got 12 runs. They sent 16 hitters to the plate, scored 12 times, and took an 18-6 lead, and came within a 1 strike of ending the ball game in the bottom of the 6th inning, but Atkins came through with 5 runs to cut the lead to 18-11. And as we head to the 7th, that's how we stand. And the Jackets, I would presume, wouldn't mind to add on some insurance runs here. And Colton Warren leads it off for the Jackets. Colton has two singles today. Knocked in a couple of runs. Actually, knocked in 3 runs today. But also has a sacrifice fly. Takes a strike there and count even up 1-1. Ethan Lindboom pitching, the 4th Red Devil to pitch today. And to pitch the dirt for a ball. Now it's 2-1. Jackets have batted around in 2 separate innings today. Atkins sent 9 hitters to the plate in that 6th inning. Here comes the pitch. And hits it down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It is foul. Just foul down in the left field. The count now 2-2. Warren trying to get on to start the 7th inning. Game approaching 3 hours long. Here comes the 2-2. And strike called on a curveball down and in to the left-handed hitter. And there's one out here in the 7th. That brings in Colson Clute. Five strikeouts today for Atkins pitching. Clute the hitter. Been on base 3 times today and hits one to second, fielded by the second baseman over to first for the out. And quickly 2 outs in the Yellow Jackets 7th. After sending 16 batters to the plate in the 6th inning, or 2 up, 2 down here in the 7th. You just never know with baseball. That'll bring in Luke Westfall. Double in the 3rd. Double in the 6th. Walked in the 2nd. Scored a couple times. Jackets have 16 hits on the day. The first one came from Luke Westfall back in the 3rd inning. Jackets did not get a hit in the first 2 innings. They've got 16. Tin Boom's pitch, a swing and a miss. Count now even 1-1. Jackets don't score here. They didn't score in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 7th. They could have only scored in 3 innings today, but would have scored 18 runs in those 3 innings. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss, and a ball in the dirt. Now it's 2-2. Jackets went down in order in the 1st, and that's the only time either team has gone down in order today. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss, and the Jackets do go down in order. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Lindboom, and we head to the bottom of the 7th. It's Clinton 18, Atkins 11. Listen to Yellow Jacket Baseball on the Trip 94.7.
Steve Good at Goods Cash Savers says you can learn a lot about life by playing sports. You may never be the biggest or the fastest, but you can always try to be the very best and give 100%. And that's what they do every day at Goods Cash Saver. Even though they don't have the biggest building, they try to have every item that you might need in groceries. They also overachieve every day in their meat department. So when you're looking for a place to shop, give Goods Cash Saver a try. A supermarket that cares about you and your community and says, go Yellow Jackets.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Well, we finally made it to the bottom of the 7th inning. And it was 3 hours ago when this one started. The Jackets leading 18-11. They have trailed today on a couple different times, but they keep bouncing back. And they need 3 outs for a win here today in Atkins. And it'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up for the Red Devils. It'll be Isaac Sims, Ethan Lindboom, Jackson Cohenseeder, and if anybody gets on, Mason Vick. Noah Calhoun, third inning of work, trying to close this one out for the Yellow Jackets. And his first pitch is a strike. It's a good way to get started here in the 7th. Pitch is a ball. Here's the 1-1. And a swing and a miss. Now 1 and 2. Calhoun trying to save it for Keegan Rose. Here's the pitch. And a ground ball to third, fielded by Zach Hunt right on the line. His long throw is wide. And a leadoff hit for Atkins. Zach Hunt was playing right where he should be, right on the line, trying to prevent a double. His long throw was just late at first. That's a leadoff hit for Sims. And back to the top of the order, and Lindboom. And he was only been retired one time today. Throw to first, nothing doing there. Single in the first, single in the third, hit by a pitch in the fourth. And retired on a good running catch in right field by Raybone in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. It's a ball. Jackets with a 7-run lead. I'm not sure if that's safe, all the runs we've seen today. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. Now 2-0. Runner at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Ball 3. 3-0. Calhoun looking for the first out of the inning. And strike called. Now 3-1. See if he can battle back. Pitch to the plate. And ball 4 outside. And the first 2 have reached here in the 7th. For Atkins. Jackson Cohenseeder, the hitter. Walked in the first. Singled in the 6th. A couple of fly balls to center field. 1 for 3 on the day. The Jackets are just needing outs. Calhoun's pitch is a ball. Crowd quiet here. They may be tired. They've been here a long time today. Here's the pitch. And Tapper foul in front of the Clinton dugout. Outfield deep and straight away. A lot of hitting room in right center field. And now another ball enters the park from the field adjacent to us. And that'll slow things down. We're in the 7th. Clinton leads 18-11. 29 runs have been scored in this game. Here's the pitch. And foul back. And Calhoun now has him in the hole 1-2. 25 hits in the game. 16 for Clinton. 9 for Atkins. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And fly ball, well hit left field. Left fielder still going back. That's Dunn near the fence, and he makes the play right in front of the fence in left field. And that's the first out here in the 7th inning. A nice play by Wyatt Dunn in left field. And that'll bring in Mason Vick. Vick's 1 for 4 on the day. That was a single in the 6th inning. Double play would end this one. Calhoun checks the runner at second, and the pitch is a strike. Gets ahead in the count. Runners at first and second. Jackets with a 7-run lead in the 7th. Calhoun to the plate. Change up, hit towards short. There's Hayden Jones over to second, out, and that's the only play as they do make the relay throw to first. But they got the sure out at second as Hayden Jones to Gabe Henry there at second. And now there's 2 outs as Vick reaches on a fielder's choice. Sims goes over to third, and Lindboom is forced out at second. 6-3 on the play. And the Jackets are 1 out away from a victory. And the hitter is Cooper Goodall. He's been on 3 times today. Single and scored in the 3rd. Walked and scored in the 5th. Reached on an error and scored in that 6th inning. First pitch is high for a ball. Calhoun trying to get the save for Rose. Here's the pitch. And they hit him. And now the bases are loaded. Pitch on the inside. Caught him on the forearm. Vick goes to second. Vick goes to second. Sims is still over at third. And Cade Bartlett's the hitter. Bartlett doubled in the 3rd. He's walked twice today. He's been on 3 times. 1 for 2. Forced out at every base. Here's the pitch. And a strike called. Jackets an out away. Calhoun to the stretch. And to the plate. And foul down the right field line. And now Atkins down to their last strike. 18-11. Clinton in the lead. 7th inning. Jackets trailed a couple of times today, but kept battling back. In a big 6th inning. A 12-run 6th inning. Put them into the lead, hopefully for good. Here's the pitch. And just missed low. Count now 1-2. Tried to get him to chase an off-speed pitch. Calhoun from the stretch to the plate and fouled again behind the Atkins dugout on the right side. And we'll do it again. Yellow Jacket infield not holding the runners, playing deep, just looking for an out anywhere they can get it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Calhoun from the stretch to the plate. And a curveball high, almost hit the hitter. The count now 2-2. That last out is never easy. Bartlett steps back in. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And wide outside. And caught by Rylan Jones. You got to give Rylan Jones a lot of credit. He doesn't catch every day. And he catches today. We've played almost 3 hours and 15 minutes. That's a lot of time back behind the plate. Full count. There go the runners. And a ground ball off the pitcher to the shortstop. Jones has it, throws, and out at first. And that's a winner. That's a Yellow Jacket winner. as they win this one by a score of 18-11. That ball went up the middle, off the pitcher to Hayden Jones at shortstop, and he threw a strike at first to end the ball game. And the Jackets win this one on the road, 18-11. Stay with us for the postgame show. We'll wrap this one up. You listen to Yellow Jacket Baseball on the Trip, 94.7.
Hi, I'm Ginger for Jolie Chevrolet. And when you're buying a new vehicle, keep in mind that a quality service department is one of the most important things to consider. At Jolie Chevrolet, our service department stands ready with genuine GM parts and qualified service technicians right here at home, right where you need us. Come see the service that follows every sale at Jolie Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
From the opening kick to the closing whistle, Anchor is proud to back Clinton Yellow Jacket football. On the field and off, effort and execution matter. Preparation, accountability, and trusted partners. That's how we work every day. Our Anchor team serves families and businesses across Arkansas with insurance, payroll, and tax support, backed by 11 locations statewide and a client-first approach. Players, coaches, and fans, play hard, cheer loud. Anchor, anchored in trust, driven in service.
For excellence in auto body work and paint jobs, there's only one name to call: Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery. They strive for excellence in every job they do. Quality work is their specialty, and they pride themselves on the perfect color match. Plus, you'll know when your car is repaired at Justin's that it will last. For all your collision repair and body work, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery is the place to call. Highway 65 South in Clinton. Call 745-2992.
Petit Jean Electric Cooperative has been committed to a brighter future for its members for more than 80 years. That's why we are hard at work, creating a future-focused fiber broadband network that will connect rural Arkansas to the world. Petit Jean Fiber will offer the fastest speeds and most reliable connection in the Ozarks. The future is fiber, powered by Petit Jean Electric. To see if we're signing up in your area, call 501-745-2493 today.
Well, it was a long day, but a productive day for the Yellow Jackets as they win here at Atkins today by a score of 18-11. And when it started out, it looked like it's going to be a low-scoring, close ball game, and it ends up with 29 runs being scored between the two teams, and the two teams combined for 26 hits. And so it was turned out to be a high run ball game before it was over, but Clinton didn't score in the first. Atkins came to the plate in the bottom half of the first and got one run on one hit. Neither team scored in the second. Clinton did not score in the third. In fact, Clinton only had one hit through the first 3 innings. Atkins came up in the bottom of the third and got 2 runs on 3 hits, and they had a 3-0 lead after 3 innings. But then in the fourth, the Yellow Jacket bats went to work. They got 4 runs on 4 hits in the inning and took the lead for the first time 4-3. Atkins came right back in the bottom of the fourth, got 2 runs on only 1 hit, and retook the lead 5-4. The Jackets wouldn't quit. In the fifth, the Jackets got 2 runs on 3 hits. The big hit was a Wyatt Dunn triple following a Hayden Jones double, and the Jackets retook the lead 6-5. In the bottom of the fifth, Atkins comes up with 1 run without the benefit of a hit, and the game's tied at 6. And then the game changed for good in the 6th inning as the Yellow Jackets sent 16 hitters to the inning in the 6th inning and scored 12 times and had 3 2-out hits in a row. And it was a big inning for the Jackets as they scored 12 runs on 8 hits in the 6th inning and take an 18-6 lead. Well, the Jackets got in the bottom of the 6th, got within 1 strike of ending the ball game before a balk was called and a run scored. And so Atkins eventually scored 5 runs in the 6th inning and cut it to 18-11. And then, as crazy as baseball is, after 29 runs on 26 hits, the Yellow Jackets and Atkins, neither team score in the 7th inning. In fact, Clinton got all of their runs in 3 innings, 4 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 12 in the 6th. They did not score in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 7th inning. Who would have guessed that? I'll tell you, one of the big stats is the Yellow Jackets had 18 runs on 16 hits, but they only left 4 runners on base. They were very efficient today getting those 2-out hits. They got runners on. They didn't leave them on. We talked about the girls' softball game against Heber yesterday. The Yellow Jackets left 12 runners on base. They could have scored more than the 5 runs they had. And so, but tonight the boys only leave 4 runners on base all game. 18 runs, 16 hits, only 4 left on base. Atkins, 11 runs on 10 hits. They left 9 runners on base today. The winning pitcher today was Keegan Rose. He went 4 innings. Gave up 5 runs on 6 hits, had 2 strikeouts, and Noah Calhoun comes in, pitches 3 innings to get the save. A lot of players today could have been the first Arkansas Bank and Trust player of the ball game. I'll mention these 3. Wyatt Dunn today reached base 4 times today. A walk in the 2nd, singled and scored in the 4th, tripled and scored in the 5th, singled and scored in the 6th inning. And then so he went, he also grounded out today, but he went 3 for 4 with a walk. Wyatt Dunn, the senior, made a nice catch late in the ball game out in left field. Also, Colson Klutz singled and scored in the 4th, walked in the 5th, singled in the 6th. Made some nice plays over at first base, also knocked in a couple of runs. Luke Westfall, 3 hours ago, he got the first hit in the game for the Yellow Jackets, a double in the 3rd inning. He also doubled and scored in the 6th, walked and scored also in that 6th inning. And so, and also want to mention Hayden Jones today. He was hit by a pitch and scored. He doubled and scored. He walked and scored. Also reached on an error today and made some really nice plays at shortstop today with Ryland Jones behind the plate today, catching. So, mention those guys: Hayden Jones, Wyatt Dunn, Colson Klutz, Luke Westfall. Everybody today could have been the first Arkansas Bank and Trust player of the game. What a great team effort today by the Yellow Jackets. They lose a doubleheader to PA on Tuesday night, and they bounce right back today, don't hang their head, and they get the win today. So we want to thank First Arkansas Bank and Trust for all their support of Yellow Jacket Athletics. You know where they're at. They're located in the Cash Saver parking lot in downtown Clinton, or just pull out your computer and you can bank with First Arkansas Bank and Trust. As they say at First Arkansas Bank and Trust, it's Clinton first at First Arkansas Bank and Trust. Yellow Jackets are now 10-6 on the year. They pick up their 10th win of the year. They've now won 5 of their last 7 games, and they're 4-2 in road games. Atkins drops to 4-5 on the season. And they are now 1-4 here at Atkins. Well, our next broadcast will be Monday from the ballpark in Clinton. I want to thank Keith Brown. He's been there a long time tonight. I want to thank him for double duty tonight, helping us to get back up on the air. Thank you for Keith Parrish back at the station, Sid King, Crystal Barnett. Thanks for everybody back at the station. And until Monday, I'm Mike Hawley. Thanks for your time this time. Until next time, so long.
You've been listening to Clinton Yellow Jacket Baseball and Softball on the Trip 94.7 and 97.3. Today's game has been brought to you by these fine sponsors: First Security